Alright, I'm Charles. I'm going to be diving in a little bit about the odor control at Mox and Bend. So right now the main problem is it smells bad downtown sometimes. And if you've ever been downtown and the wind blows kind of funky, it's got that kind of rotten egg type of smell. And the reason for that is inside of the sewer system, typically you want anaerobic conversion. But what happens is there's not enough oxygen in the sewer, so you get anaerobic condition, this makes methane, as well as hydrogen sulfide. And the main odor is from that hydrogen sulfide and has that characteristic rotten egg smell. But it's the first thing that really comes out of the plant, where a majority, I think it's about 76% of the hydrogen sulfide comes from the primary clarifier right here. And basically, primary clarifiers where they just bubble up a bunch of oxygen throughout the wastewater to avoid those anaerobic conditions from happening. But to give you an idea of the footprint of this thing, it's 43,000 square feet. So big thing. They're going to basically cap off and treat the oxygen, or treat the hydrogen sulfide. So there's 4 options that can be done. One is a biofilter, one is a biotrickling scrubber, carbon absorption, and a chemical scrubber. So the first one is a biofilter, and basically the way this works is it's got almost like mulch, and they put in a bunch of bugs on top of the mulch, and as the air flows through it, they keep that wet, and the bugs on top of the mulch take out the hydrogen sulfide. Next is the biotrickling scrubber, where bugs are inside of water and that trickles down throughout the scrubber as the air is forced up through the media, and that's the next plan to kind of remove hydrogen sulfide. Carbon absorption, basically you have 2 carbon beds, and you send the gas through that, and it removes the hydrogen, and it gets embedded on top of the carbon, and then you eventually have to clean it. And finally is the chemical scrubber, where I've done a majority of my work on this so far, done kind of mass balance, energy balance, all that on the chemical scrubber. And what happens is they get the hydrogen sulfide and they run it down with a combination of sodium hypochlorite and sodium hydroxide, and it makes it removes the hydrogen sulfide. But right now, kind of the whole issue is which one of these is the most effective at removing hydrogen sulfide? They all are pretty effective right now. They're all about, I think the lowest is the carbon, which removes about 80%, but everything else is around 99%. Can't be effectively implemented into the plan. Is it a design that's going to work? Something like a biotrickling or biofilter has an enormous footprint. Will that fit on the site? Which one is the cheapest alternative? As far as that goes, that just kind of goes through, and is it cheaper to do a biofilter, which has a higher capital cost, or a chemical scrubber, which has chemical cost throughout the lifetime? And finally, is it worth the money to install? I mean, the whole cost is estimated to be over $4 million. Where's that money going to come from? It's going to raise the water bill, and it's going to do nothing to improve the water quality. So that's kind of the whole debate within Mox and Bend right now. So, but any questions?